Here we are, Facebook Live, and it is on. Welcome. Welcome to the Get Started and Retire Early Through Real Estate Investing, a Facebook group weekly training. I know that was kind of a long one, but that's who we are. It's what we do. We just wrapped up a huge 5-day challenge. I've been speaking to so many of you inside of the group, and I've gotten so much great feedback in the training that we did on understanding your market, understanding how to get started, finding motivated sellers, running the numbers, getting out of analysis paralysis. All of that was amazing. And I've enjoyed meeting every single one of you inside of the group here that have participated. Let me get this loaded up here so I can get to everybody. This is our weekly session that we do. We do Q&A and answer a few questions and do a little training depending on what's going on in the world. And today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, who we are, what we do. We help you to create your own economic independence, okay? Through real estate investing, obviously. There's so many avenues to it, and we're going to embark on that in just a minute here. But creating your own economic independence is what's important, especially now in the next 24 to 36 months. Like, everything is going to shift so much. So if you're not already into your real estate, please dive in, get into the trainings, ask questions, network, do what you need to do to acquire your real estate. We do all of this so that you can retire when you desire and go follow your passion. Okay, so our youngest to retire is 28 years old. And it doesn't mean you stop living. Some people have a real stigma about retirement, but it means you retired this life that you didn't want into a life that you get to go follow your passion. So that's what we mean by that. Our youngest to retire is 28 years old, living off of real estate. I've been living off of real estate since the year 2000. I have real estate paid for everything I want in my life. Okay. If you haven't gotten a walkthrough yet, Christine's in the DMs there inside of the group, making sure everyone's taken care of. She's your concierge. So if you are in need of anything, please let Christine know. A walkthrough in how I've helped women create over 5 million in real estate. So you can too, without the bank or a ton of cash. So with that being said, if anyone has any questions on anything, just put walkthrough in the comments here so that we can see that you still need the walkthrough. As you came in, that was one of the questions for you if you wanted to understand that. If not, no big deal. Enjoy the trainings and have fun with us and network, okay? I train on wholesale, fix and flip, buy and hold, and money lending. Those are all the things that I've done inside of real estate. So I want you to understand how each one of them works, right? So you're in the right place if you're any of those. Real estate is not the end all be all. It is the vehicle that gets you to where you want to go. All right. So it's basically a wealth strategy that we teach inside of here. And we do have a haves, wants, and needs thread inside of the group. So if you are an industry specialist, mortgage broker, title company, realtor, and whatnot, please put where you're at inside the haves, wants, and needs so that people can connect with you. And then also if you have, if you're in need of a property. So we have wholesalers in here. We have those that are doing fix and flip, those that are doing buy and hold, and we have money lenders in here. So please speak out to what you need. If you haven't introduced yourself already, you're missing out, because the more you network, the more you say who you are, where you're at, the more people can connect with you and the easier real estate gets. Okay, so networking is the key. Okay, so please go ahead and do that. Our 1% mentorship club across the nation, we have students across the nation. They're looking to network as well. So please speak up. And then we're putting a sheet together that has all the data that is collected in here so that it's a great resource for my 1% mentorship club. Okay. And of course, if any of you doesn't know who I am, I just said that with anyways. My name is Joanna Wright, founder of Bottom Line Wealth, and I help women to create wealth in real estate and keep more of the money they make. I geek out on the whole tax and legal. I was just on a call with a member from the group here wanting to know, what do I ask my CPA and what do I say to my attorney and how do I structure this? So we had that conversation. I geek out on the tax and legal. I'm not a CPA or an attorney, but I do help my students know what to ask them, right? So that being said, if you're a beginner looking to get started in real estate, you're in the right place. If you are looking to scale, if you want to get past your 3, 4, 5, 7 property status and the bank's not helping you to lend on your next one, I teach ditch the bank methods on purpose. Most of us don't qualify for the bank. We write everything off, right? So ditch the bank entirely and don't let them control how many properties that you can actually own. I just recently closed on 2 properties, no money out of pockets. They are cash flowing, added to my portfolio. And this is what I want for you. Okay. I've helped my students create over 5 million in real estate. And if you're wanting that walkthrough, type walkthrough in the comments and we'll reach out to you so that you can get a walkthrough on how you can do it. All right. Because it might be a little confusing. But I want to show you what we do. Okay. So that being said, we do have some money training that is coming up. Oh, the storm's coming in here, so I may lose you guys a minute here, but I do have a surprise for you. We do have a money training coming up. So those are looking to create it, grow it, or invest it. It's April showers. It's so funny. I was just about to say April showers and like all this rain just started pouring down. So hang tight with me. And while I go ahead and introduce a few of the people that came in here, welcome so much to the Facebook group. Elizabeth, Kim, Juana, Dr. Sonia, Megan, Nisha, Annette, we see you. We see you. Thank you so much for popping in. Salisa, Sichi, Alicia, Kim, Gina, Angela, Michelle, Rebecca, Leanne, Jova, and Tuna Afa. I'm not sure I pronounced that one correctly, so please, I apologize for butchering your name if I did. Lisa, Crystal, and Malaya. Hello to everybody. Now you know who we are, what we do. Have fun in here. And we meet here every Wednesday at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. I have a special here for you. We do ask questions. There was a question that came up here. Fola Shade asked a question about, I'm rewatching the videos of the course again. I have a question. Do you pursue foreclosures or pre-foreclosures? Just so everybody knows here, we are after pre-foreclosures. If it's already foreclosed, it's with the bank and they're not looking to be creative. They just want all cash. Pre-foreclosure, prior to them foreclosing, we could do something about. All right, so you want to be able to talk directly to the seller. So I hope this is helpful for everybody in doing this, but I want to go ahead and dive into today's training and introduce someone who's really special and near and dear to my heart. She is the credit coach queen. She teaches on business and personal credit and wealth strategies, which is why she's a perfect fit in my world. We're all about wealth strategies for everybody, right? Understanding your money and then understanding how to make it work, how to make yourself look sexy on paper, right? So without further ado, I want to bring on Becky. I want to say Becky Estep Noble, but you'll find her at Becky Noble in her Facebook. Let me see if I could bring her up here. Ta-da! Hold on. There it goes. Becky! There she is. I got
Yay.
her. Awesome. I don't know if I add. There we go. Now we're together. Look at that.
Yay. Like peanut butter and chocolate.
I love it. Love it. So Becky, I'm bringing you on here because I've had some chat inside of my group and you know, some people still want to look good on paper and get a loan from the bank, and I get it, and they think in traditional ways. But I want to give people a better example of what a credit coach queen can do. And so I brought you on here with the intention of those of you that want to understand business credit, and maybe doll up your personal credit as well. But could you let the audience know, you know, what you're all about and your why? Why do you do this? Let's just lead with that.
Sure. Yes, absolutely. My why is so that you don't have to screw it up. Just kidding. No, not really. I really seriously like I have been doing and helping people with credit since gosh, 2007, and I started because I was a mortgage broker and I was learning the real estate game back then, and somebody came to me and they're like, "Hey, I've got this credit repair business and I can help you too." And so I started signing people up for credit repair, and then all of a sudden this guy's phone number got disconnected. And I had enrolled about 10 people in his credit repair program. And I was like, oh my goodness. Well, I guess I need to go learn this so that I can be of an integrity and make sure that I serve the people that I promised that I would help them. And so from there, my business was born. And that was somewhere around 2006, 2007. And that was really the right time to start that kind of business. Lo and behold, I didn't realize. And then what was so amazing about that for me was I felt like I was like the superhero that got to come in, and the bank told him no. And hey, if you do this and do that and tweak this, here's how you get told yes. And so I really started to like Joanna, my good friend Joanna, that's absolutely amazing and the smartest person when it comes to real estate investing that I've ever come across. Um, she, anyways, gosh, I got distracted. So she wanted me to talk about business credit for you guys. That's what she wanted me to talk about. And so that's what we're going to talk about somewhere in the middle of all this. Oh yeah, because she nerds out on tax law. I nerd out on credit stuff. And so I started studying all the business credit stuff in somewhere around 2014, 2015, because I kind of messed my personal credit up and I was like, oh, now I need a new plan. And so I started to work on my personal credit because I got in over my head with stuff in 2008. And so on the other side of that, I figured out that you can actually build business credit in your business name and get access to funding for your business and keep your liability separate from your personal and your business stuff. And so what I like to look at it like there's tools in your toolbox that you can use. And so one tool, you could use your personal credit if that's what you're trying to map out or that's what you're trying to do. And you can also create more tools in your toolbox, and you can use business credit. You can use LLCs and do commercial real estate, which I'm really interested in. That's why I love Joanna so much, is because she teaches about any kind of real estate thing that you want to do. She'll like map out your plan. And so within the first 10 minutes of sitting down with her, I had my plan and my clarity of like, this is what I'm going to do with real estate. Okay, this is this bucket here. This is this asset that I want to grow. And so,
Well, let me ask real quick. Let me ask the audience here. Who here has ever had credit issues? Who here has ever had a problem, saying your credit score was too low, or it dipped because you closed a card, or, who's here ever, I'm raising my hand really high. Who's ever had credit issues? Okay. And what is your biggest problem with building personal credit? Okay, let me know that. I see a bunch of me's in the comments here. And then also let me know if you're interested in business credit. Okay, so first thing I want to see in here is if you've ever had problems, what was it like? She says, I'm a hot mess. Got it. I get you. So who here wants to look sexier on paper, right? Get that credit up and going. Go ahead and just type me in the comments so that we could see you here. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Oh, poor baby. And then, excuse me. Yeah, I'm just listening to her. Just I'm a hot mess. So business credit, what Becky's next step is going to talk about. Well, everyone, if you're multitasking, please come back to us, because this is going to be the hottest thing that you hear here. She's going to step into talking about business credit. And if you've ever had a personal credit issue and you've been stopped in getting any type of loan, a car loan, a mortgage loan, a personal loan, whatever, because your personal credit sucks, you're going to want to stop, grab a pen and paper, and write this down. Okay? listen up about this business credit. Go ahead, Becky. Let them know about how business credit could work for them in their world here with us.
Absolutely. So it's going to be fun. So do you ever get any downloads when you're taking showers? I do. And so whenever I first started to learn about business credit, I was I was thinking one day and I was like, it kind of opened up a whole new world to me because I was like, well, once you like you only get one social security number, right? But whenever you go and you start building business credit, well, you can have as many LLCs as you want. And so once you learn how to do it like one time, you can rinse and repeat. Now, make sure that you're a responsible money individual that can take care of things because you still got to pay all your bills if you borrow the money. And so you don't want to get in over your head that way, but you could map out really smart business plans when it comes to real estate investing and commercial if you got good at building business credit. And so that's exactly what I used my own business to build business credit. And then I turned around and I started helping other people build their business credit. And they would get access to business credit cards in your business name that are not attached to your Social Security number. So you can use that. And usually,
Let's back that up a minute.
yes, ma'am.
You get business credit that's not attached to your personal credit. Did you all hear that?
Mhm.
Your personal credit doesn't matter. It does, depending on what you want to do. But what she's talking about right here is business credit is based off of business. So please write that down. Okay. And then if your personal credit doesn't matter while you're getting business credit, if you're real estate, if you buy real estate, you don't need a personal credit. You don't need business credit, personal credit for your business credit. I'm getting tongue tied here, but you see where I'm going with it. Why wouldn't you dive into business credit?
Mhm.
Right? Why wouldn't you dive into creative real estate investing? Because the world is your oyster at that point. You're no longer limited. Okay, so loud and clear, Melissa says, loud and clear. Got
Mhm.
it. Okay. Shit, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Becky, but I just want people to really hear the magnitude of what you're saying here.
Yes, the magnitude is you can get 5 to 10 times higher limits on credit cards with your business than you can on your personal. And so a lot of times people start out, and this is what I really had to learn. I've fallen on my face a couple times, is that you don't need big credit cards in your personal name, and you don't need, big loans in your personal name. You really should keep that small and use your business credit in your business world to get access to all those things. And so business credit is a lot like personal credit as far as like you buy things and pay it off and you buy things and pay it off and you get the big business credit score. And then once you have a business credit score, that's when you can start applying for bigger types of loans, business loans. So a lot of people don't understand how it works because it's kind of this secret and banks don't talk about it. And a lot of times if you go to a banker and you ask them about business credit, they'll be like, oh, we don't use that. But I have so much proof that some banks don't use business credit, and that's okay. There's lots of lending institutions out there that do use it, and big banks do use it because they're the ones issuing credit cards. So they're using it. They just don't have to tell you because it's not like the Fair Credit Reporting Act where everything's protected. It's kind of like the wild, wild west of credit. And so most people don't understand like how it works. And so my favorite thing to do is to sit down with somebody and they'd be like, okay, well, this is what I want. And then I say, okay, well, this is what you do. And then they get what it goes back to me starting the credit thing and getting to be a superhero. Oh, you got told no? I don't want you to get told no. Here, let me show you how to get told yes. And
Would
so
that be hot if you
that's
guys could
why
see
Joanne and I
how,
get along so well.
would that be hot if
Yeah.
you all could see how it works for you? Type business inside of the chat if you want to know how business credit could work for you. If you would like to get a walkthrough of how, like where you're at and where you could be if you utilize business credit, just type business inside of the comments and let me hear from you. Yes, super hot. Got it. Okay. Business. Amy says business. Melissa, business. Adana, business. All right. So We got them coming in. They're still rolling in. Janet says business. Got it. Okay. So if you guys, we're going to have just this one time only. Becky's been playing inside of our Facebook group, and she really wants to reach more people so that she's part of my mission of us all creating our own economic independence. Okay. And if we can lean on business credit to get more of what we want, especially here in the real estate world, because it doesn't matter what you spend the money on, really. Again, so, well, let me give you an example of what I know about business credit, and then I'm gonna let Becky take it and twist it into her world and tie a little pretty bow on it, okay? So in my business credit world, in my real estate world, having to be able to stroke a check for either purchase or rehab on a property, having that property fixed up and then sold and then pays back the business credit. So it's almost like you never even touched. You could be your own private money lender, is what I'm saying here. How does that sound? Let me know in the chat. Say private money lender. I want to be a private lender, my own private money lender. Just put private in there, right? Gotcha. All right. So how I want you to tie this up in a bow is I want you to give us an example of what you've been able to do for people inside of the business credit world.
Gotcha. So different things for different companies. And so a lot of times what people don't realize is that whenever you go get into the business credit stuff, you can actually stack business cards. And so you get like 3 to 5 business credit cards all at the same time. And so I've helped a lot of people stack cards, and they'll get access to $50,000 to $60,000 just in business credit cards that they can use for payroll, that they can use to make sure like rehabs or whatever it is that they need to use it for, they use it. And then the great thing about that is it's not like your personal credit. So if you max out those cards, it doesn't drop your business credit scores because they understand how business works, and they know that you get paid in 30 to 60 to 90-day runs. And so once you pay it off, you know, it just goes back to zero. And so that's one of the many, many things that I've helped people with, equipment loans and different things. Back whenever we put this all together, we did it so that me and a couple of business partners could go in and pick up gas stations. And so I had never got to test it until I learned about it, and then I went and did it, right? And so whenever we went and did it, we took a company that had been around for a little bit, and we started building business credit on it. And we got access to pizza ovens and like equipment loans in our business name, no personal guarantee, no social security, no, none of that. And so, and then we tried it with credit cards, and we got access to American Expresses and all kinds of stuff. And then we did it for the things that made sense for our business. So yeah, and there's example after example of people that we've helped get access to all sorts of things. And so it's just, like I said, another tool in your toolbox that you can use to propel yourself forward faster and leave your personal credit alone so that there's no liabilities. You're keeping your liabilities separate. So, yes.
Super amazing. What a powerhouse. What a powerhouse of information. And what I love so much is I don't have to rely on, the bank telling me yes or no. I don't have to, I get to create what I want. Okay. I get to create, this is what I'm hearing from you. You all tell me what you're hearing. Credit utilization is a must for me. Got it. Private. Oh my gosh. Yes. She says private money. Yes. I could be my own private money lender. Absolutely. Yeah. So in your personal credit, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think that's where the question's coming from, or statements coming from inside the chat here. Your personal credit, the utilization of that should only max to 30%, correct?
Yeah. Yes. So if you have a $300 credit card, you can only use $90. Like, it's such a tiny amount that you can get access to more credit cards on your personal, but why would you do that? To me, having Joanna there to help you make deals with real estate and make sure that you're not making mistakes, and then make sure that you have all your business credit stuff in line so that you have access to all that stuff, then you're not making a mistake by getting in over your head with real estate. So that's where I made my mistakes, is I utilized all my personal credit whenever I was doing real estate investing. And so whenever it came time and the economy started to crash, and I couldn't separate my personal from my business because it was already all mixed together, and I just didn't know any better. And so that's where it came crashing down. So I really like helping people not make some of the same silly mistakes that I made. So
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. Love it. Janice says, this is awesome. Yes, absolutely. If there's any questions, if you guys have any questions for Becky, just go ahead and type them in the chat here. If you want to learn more of how this could work for you, just type business inside of the comments, so that you can get a walkthrough with Becky, where you're at, where you want to go. Just type business for a business credit overview, how this could work for you. This could be like a game changer for some of you. I've talked to so many of you inside of this group. We've done a walkthrough on how I've helped women create over 5 million in real estate. And in hearing that, it might seem a little overwhelming. You're like, how the heck do I do that? Right. And so jumping on a call to get that walkthrough is what's important, because we have a very short window here to tell you about business credit. Okay. What it can do for you, and some of you that I've spoken to on the real estate walkthrough, is getting you started, right? It could be as simple as just getting you started in real estate so that you have cash in your pocket to move forward, and get your first deal. It could be that. And it could be for some of you that are on your 3rd, 6th, or 11th property that I've spoken to here. It could be scaling. So, really taking it to the next level so that you have that retirement plan, having that business credit available for repairs. There's no limit really in the business credit world. And there's some I was going to bring this up, but it's probably a bad time to bring this up. It's a presidential election year, and so President Trump, okay, he has done a lot of business credit. I'm not trying to get political. I'm just trying to use him as an example. A lot of people gave him a ration of shit because they said he claimed bankruptcy on he did, and all of that. But I want you guys to understand something. It is how the law is written. And this is where a lot of us are misguided, is we have opinions on what it should have been. Now, ethics is one thing. How the law is written is he did everything legally in that department. That particular scenario. I'm not talking about anything else, so don't hate mail me, okay? But he followed what business credit and LLCs can do for him to keep him safe, and it doesn't affect personal, right? So I'm giving you this big high level vision of what you can do. You could do the same thing, right? You're no different. You put your pants on one leg at a time, just like Trump does. He's no different, right? He just followed the same thing Becky is talking about. So I went to this extreme level of telling you guys this so that you guys could see the bigger picture of what this could do for you. Right? And Becky's download she had when she was in the shower was, it doesn't matter if you have just one. Why would you have just one business? Why don't you have multiple businesses that you can get business credit with? So these are my takeaways for you guys. Let me know what your takeaways are inside of the comments. Let me hear your takeaways. Harry says, yes, business. This is awesome. Does personal credit factor into how much money you get in business credit? We got 26,000 and I was a bit disappointed it wasn't more. Yeah, so your personal credit is a totally separate. So those of you, I'm going to let Becky speak on this, but I know right out of the gate that your personal credit should not factor your business credit. Becky, you want to explain on that?
Yeah. So business credit, whenever you actually get a business credit number, you can go off of your tax ID number, your EIN number for an LLC. And that is exactly the same amount of digits as your social security number, surprisingly. And so they're two separate entities. An LLC is a separate entity from yourself. So there are some banks that whenever you go to get a business loan, like for purchasing houses and things like that, they'll still make you personally guarantee it. In other words, they'll still pull up your personal credit, but they'll put it in the LLC's name. Other than that, no. And so I love the way that Joanna explains commercial real estate deals because the money's in the deal. It has nothing to do with your credit. It has to do with, is there enough money to support the asset? And so if you're feeling disappointed about a $26,000 thing, I would say that that's more of a debt to income ratio thing when you're looking at personal credit. And so to me, like mapping out a deal, how do you get access to more? Well, this is how you get, this is where I like to come in and be the superhero and show you how to get told yes, or show you how to get more, or show you how you need to do things to get where you're trying to go. Anyways, again, you can use a separate LLC in your business name and do whatever you want. That was my epiphany. It was like, oh, I could use this and do anything I want to do now. Now that I realized that I could have as many, now you still got to be able to manage all that, and you're only one human. So start with one and get really good at it and still be working on your personal credit because how you do anything is how you do everything. And so you don't want your personal credit to look like crap. Like you want to look good on paper all the way around. So you'll be wanting to work towards making yourself look better.
Absolutely. Diamonds. We got diamonds popping up here. Good stuff. Good info. Super info. I get. Love that. Love that. And then also, I always, just in my 5-day training I just did on how to get started in real estate investing, the very last thing we talked about was being a good servant of your money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Being a good servant of your money, if you get your own personal house in order, God, source, universe is going to bring you the energy of more money. So that would be my first take of getting started in real estate investing is get your own house in order, right? If you need support with that, just type business inside the comments. We'll reach out to you. We'll get you hooked up with Becky so that you can understand how this works for you, because crying out loud, why wouldn't you? I'm just saying. Being a good servant of money brings you more money. And then once you get that one dialed in that Becky's talking about, you're unstoppable. There's no reason you can't do more, because now you have money that not only supports you and your business, you have money that supports future businesses that you can do to create more money so that you can have a team that helps you manage this. And Becky can get way more into that with you. So reach out to her, or she's going to reach out to you. So just type business in the comments. She's going to reach out to you so that she can give you a strategy plan, a walkthrough how it could work for you. And any other questions? Let me see if there's any. I got business in the credit. Okay. And then yes, being a good servant of money brings you more money. Absolutely, absolutely. And then any final words for them? Any tips that they should know today?
The only thing that popped into my head is the thing that you and I are working on.
April showers.
April showers, baby, and what we're gonna be rolling out in May, and I'm just ridiculously excited about it. And one of the principles that we're gonna study on, it's principle number 4. It's my very favoriteest principle ever, and it's called don't take advice from broke people. And so it always makes me chuckle a little bit. And whenever I first started studying that principle specifically, I had to like get real with myself and look in the mirror and be like, well, you better stop taking advice from yourself back then. And so just a little sneak peek of what Joanna and I are working on together. So I'm super excited to be on this journey with her and doing these things to serve you guys, to make sure that you guys have your money house in order. So that was my only thought.
Got it. Yeah. So we have a lot I mean, if you guys like this little tidbit with Becky, this is just like a Baskin Robbins taste of what we have to come, little taste of what we have. And then Adonna says, so you can get business credit without having good personal credit.
Absolutely.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Thanks for that clarity. We got another business here, business. So Becky's going to be reaching out to you to talk to you about your business credit. And those of you that need personal credit too, obviously she's the credit coach queen. So anything to do with credit, she's got you. She's a wealth strategist. She is the, what do we call it? She's the yin to my yang in the real estate world. We're like peanut butter and jelly. So
Yeah.
having one and not the other doesn't make any sense, is all I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to give you guys as much as I possibly can. If you guys want more of this, let me know. I'll bring Becky back on. We'll have little trainings for you so that you can move the needle, right? If you want more, just type more. Marjorie says, I didn't even know that. Yeah. Sue says business, yeah. And
Yay.
then as long as you have a license, Adonna says,
A license for what?
yeah, I guess for your business.
Well, an LLC, like an LLC or a corporation or however you have a business structured. We can get into that, or we could do a little training on how to start an LLC. That would be the best way to do it, to make sure that you're setting yourself up for funding, because you can get an LLC and do it one way and not be able to get funding. So there is a structure to it. It's just mapping out what your plan is for you, what your motives are, to figure out how to structure things.
So it's kind of blowing up here in the chat. I don't know if you could see it, Becky, but
I
they're
can't
saying
see.
LLC, yes.
Yay. Well, it looks like I get to hang out with my bestie some more
Yes,
and teach on LLCs and how that all works.
most definitely. And please and thank you is what I see here.
Yay.
Love it, love it. So we're gonna have more Beckyisms to come out and be able to give you guys tips and tricks in the credit world, and her strategy on starting an LLC. So like anyone can go start an LLC, but again, like she said, it might not support you when you go to get a business credit. So we shoot ourselves in the foot when we try and do it ourselves. Those of you that are control freaks like me, right? We want to do it ourselves. Please get the support, ask for support, ask questions, so that I know we're all women here, mostly women here, that we try to do it all ourselves. Please ask for help. Step forward and ask for help, okay? So leaving to lines of credit. Yes, got it. Okay, so that's all we have today, our tips and tricks for you inside of the credit world. And Becky's going to be reaching out to you. So make sure, those of you that are watching the replay, that you type inside the comments business if you want Becky to reach out to you. And then more of what we talked about, type more. And then if you are having any questions, just pop them right there inside of the thread. We'll circle back around and answer them for you as best we can. All right. So lots of love to you guys. I think that's it. Just bring them under. Yep. Just bring in the questions, business, more. They're still going. They're still going. All right. I love you guys. And I'll see you on next week's training. Bye. Okay. Nope. Nope. How do you stop this?